Our next question is, revenue sharing doesn't always match expectations with their unfunded mandates. And with the downturn in the economy, the state could reduce these funds again. Do you have any strategies to help us meet our needs with all of these unfunded mandates and the lack of monies? And I think we will start again with Richard Eaton.
Thank you. Unfunded mandates are something that is just absolutely drives people in the county crazy. You sit up in Madison and you tell the state what to do or the county what to do, and it's easy to tell people what to do when you don't have to pay for it. And I find it ironic that the state complains that they have unfunded mandates from the federal government and they cry and whine about it all the time, yet then they turn around and do the same thing to the counties that they basically are opposed to doing. We need to get together with the elected officials in the area that represent us in the state, the assembly people and our senators, and start getting these people to pass a law that if you mandate anybody to do something, and that would go for the county too, the county puts mandates on. If you mandate somebody to do something, you pay for it. And I believe if you start making them do that, they'll have less opportunity and they won't want to vote on this kind of thing if it's coming out of their pocket. But it's very easy for someone to sit up there and say, you should do this, but you're going to pay for it.
Matthew Melvin.
Thank you. Well, my strategy for dealing with an unfunded mandate would be first to work with the state legislators who have passed down those mandates to us and do what we can to try to fill the gap there. But then I'd come back to weeding out the wasteful spending that's going on and looking for ways to improve the efficiencies of the services that have been mandated so that we can try to keep them operating within the budgets that we have available to us. I would also really push people to come up with new innovations, to find ways to get things done more productively with less money, because I think that is what really can fix these problems, is to get around this constant cry for more money, because more money isn't always going to fix the problem. We need to think of new ways to move into the future to have these programs be successful on the current funding that they have. Thank you.
Timothy Mansky.
Yeah, but undated mandates unfunded mandates have always been a problem in Milwaukee County. What has to happen, and the other speakers are right, is that you need to work with the state and even the federal government as to how are we going to get more more fair share of the tax dollars to come back to Milwaukee County and fund the programs that they're telling us that we have to have. And we have to also be very innovative and creative in our ways in working with what we have. You have, there's a certain amount of waste that's going on that has to be looked at and then prioritize the spending in other areas. Well, also what has to happen to help have the ends meet is, make the ends meet is to expand our solution base. I think we need to go out and reach out to some of the brightest minds in the different parts of the country and find out how are they able to pay for the services and things that they have, but we can't. Where is the money coming from in their different programs? So basically, again, it all boils back down to having a great investigation and research into how we can make ends meet and how can we get more money to help support the programs and services that we have. Thank you.
John Weishan.
Thank you. Well, when it comes to unfunded mandates, there's a reason why they call it a mandate. You don't have a choice. You just have to pay it. And unfortunately, no matter how much the people in Madison like a person on a county board, whether it's in Milwaukee County or any other of the 71 counties in the state of Wisconsin that are out there, they know that they will have to make the tough choice in Madison versus down here in Milwaukee County. So just going to Madison isn't going to help. They pat you on the head and say thank you very much. And it doesn't matter. It happens in both parties. I have very good relationships with members of the Assembly, both in the Republican and the Democratic caucuses. but they know the situation. They're not in the business of giving away free money in Madison, no matter how much you like to say hello and shake their hand. The fact is, what I think we need to kind of preach is to the state is let Milwaukee live on its own. That is, we send billions of dollars in tax money, whether it's through sales tax, car registration fees, gasoline tax. Just let us keep our own. Have our money stay here in Milwaukee. We waste an amazing amount of money in the bureaucracy of Madison. If we could just keep those funds here. 1/3 of all the vehicles registered in the state of Wisconsin are in Milwaukee County. And that would go a long way to fund transportation. That would go a long way to fund county trunk highways, things like that. The 5% sales tax for the state of Wisconsin in Milwaukee County alone generates $650 million. If we had our fair share of that money, we wouldn't have a problem with mandates. Thank you.